Hello everybody, how's it going? Today's video will not be like my usual stuff. For those of you who don't know me yet, I am GarageTV and usually I make small guides about all kinds of WoW related things. But today I will talk about something that bothers me for a few months now, because I and many other content creators have been wronged by an RMT site called mtmmo.com. Now before you think that I got scammed by those or whatever, that's not the case. I never even heard of this page before. And still, they did me dirty. This might sound weird to you, but you will see what I'm talking about. So let's begin where it all started.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in...
It's January 23. Dragonflight has been out for 2 months now. The raid Vault of the Arcanets opened a few weeks ago. The WoW community is happy for once. My videos in this time period also performed very well, especially those about dragon riding. Dragon riding for dummies, my guide for all the dragon glyphs, how to unlock the black scales customization, they all did great. Then I had a week off. It was late in the evening, I was lying in bed watching Better Call Saul eating chicken wings. You know, good stuff.
It's all good, man.
Then I decided to check if there are any new comments on my videos, keeping up with my community, as always. And there was a comment. A user by the name of Buttersemmel told me that there's a page which copied and published one of my guides. He didn't want to share the link directly for everyone to see, but apparently they copied my closed captions and just changed a few little things like we instead of I. So I decided to Google my own closed captions, and after a good minute of searching, I found it. And what shall I say? It really is almost a direct copy of my work. Here and there they left some things out or changed a little bit, but for like 90% of the time you can simply listen to my guide and read it right there.
Hey, how's it going? Dragonflight is finally out, and I know that some of you just want to maximize your dragon riding skill as fast as possible. You probably already know that you have to collect these dragon glyphs to earn your skill points, so today I will show you where to get every single one of them and also the fastest route to collect them all. But before we start, I have to tell you that finding them all by yourself is actually a lot of fun and feels very rewarding, so perhaps you don't even want to watch a guide about this. This is your last chance to leave.
First I thought, well, I made this guide to help people, so I don't really mind. Also there are no ads on the page, so they don't make money off my work. Sure, it's not cool to just copy my stuff and act like it's their own without even mentioning me, but it could be worse. But then I decided to take a closer look at the page, and I realized what these guys were actually doing. They are selling in-game currencies for multiple games. For example, Gold in WoW Classic. But also stuff for Animal Crossing, Diablo 2 Resurrected, Elden Ring, Lost Ark, Rocket League, and NBA 2K23. Obviously I'm not buying anything from here to prove a point, which according to their conditions wouldn't even be allowed if I would use it to talk shit about them. Isn't that funny? They take other people's work and use it for their own shady stuff, but I'm not allowed to take their work and use it for my right thing. Also, I am not allowed to use their services to harm minors. How does that work? However, I think it could be a good thing to check some reviews, so let's do it. On Trustpilot.com, they have a stunning 4.8 star rating at over 1,700 reviews. This actually seems promising, but I'm not buying it. It looks too perfect. Almost like these reviews are being bought. This becomes clearer when you check the 1-star reviews. People warning about scam left and right, saying they weren't getting anything from the money spent. As some of you know, I am German, so Trustpilot asked me to check out the German page. And here we can see that not as many reviews are being bought, which makes sense. Obviously the most bought reviews would be on the English website, so we have many more 1-star reviews warning about scams, bad services, and overall a shady website. So, is my guide being used as an advertisement for scammers? But why me? My channel is still pretty small with below 2,000 subscribers, as I am making this video. Why would they care about me? Well, to be fair, it was a video that has been watched by more people than many of my other videos. At the release of Dragonflight it really went through the roof, and I'm sure many people watching this video right now have watched it as well. But if they are copying my guides, they are probably copying other people's guides as well. So I opened other guides of them, searched for YouTube videos to the topic and compared it word for word. I found the top 7 solo shuffle arena specs guide, which is completely copied.
With the top 7 solo queue PvP specs. The first one on the list might come as a bit of a surprise. However, I do think that the Balanced Druid is likely to be a powerful specialization in the solo queue environment. Given the most recent changes to the survivability of a lot of melee DPS, I think that the damage profile of Balanced Druid is going to become increasingly more valuable. It's something that is really well suited to the fast pace of dampening ramping up as fast as...
I found a Promised Storms gold farming guide, which is completely copied.
To a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about the new events that just started today, and these are the Primal Storm Invasions. So these events are taking place all around the map, and all you want to do in order to participate is really just go where there is this little symbol with the elemental storm, and then you want to kill all the different mobs that are imbued by this storm.
I found a top 10 hunter pets in Dragonflight guide, which is completely copied.
The next pet I want to talk about will be the blue icy bear. There's going to be a few different colour variants of this, but this one in particular is going to be found in the northeast of Azure Span, and this is the only one you can find with this particular colouring. You'll go out there, it is a quest mob, so it's going to have a fairly short respawn timer, and you can get your hands on that pet. I think these look really good, and if you have the mount as well, you can have kind of like a matching mount pack.
And the cherry on top, I found a Twitchdrop guide for the Feldrake mount, which is completely copied. But it was published after the Feldrake Twitchdrop already was over for a few days. So it is obvious these guys have absolutely no idea what they are publishing.
November 15th and November 18th. So then we have about a 10-day gap between the next drop, and this is the big one. This is the big drop that everyone's talking about, and that is the Feldrake mount. Yes, the Feldrake mount from the trading card game is becoming a Twitch drop for a limited amount of time. This drop will...
And it took me only like an hour to find all these examples. You can imagine how much of their work actually is someone else's work. So obviously I have more than enough evidence for their lazy copy work that nobody can say it's a coincidence anymore. And even more obviously, they have absolutely no idea what they are writing about. I mean, look at their version of my guide again. If you just read it without any video, it will be really difficult to understand. For example, at this point,
when you are ready to go, you want to fly towards this mountain here.
Here are mountains everywhere. Which mountain? If you would just read the guide, would you know where you have to go now? Obviously not, but I wanted to have some direct proof that they have no idea what they are publishing there, and then I found this guide. Wow Dragonflight, Mythic Plus 1 to 70 Fast Leveling Guide, Gear, Talents, Dracoglyphs, Dungeons.
What? What the fuck?
What is this guide about? Let's take a look. Wow Dragonflight 1 to 70 Fast Leveling Tips in Pre-Patch and Mythic Plus. What? Okay, let's see. Leveling 1 to 10 tips. Leveling for new players always takes place in the Exile's Reach, an island off the coast of Tornheim. What? What is Tornheim? Is this canon? I did a quick research, and apparently Tornheim is the French name of Stormheim. I have no proof of it, but if I had to make a guess, I would say they copied the closed captions of a French video and used the Google Translator for that. And honestly, this guide is too stupid for me already. But then I realized they have a 24-hour live chat for their customers. So let's ask them a few questions. Or not. Apparently this live chat is only for things that have to do with them getting money, so that's not happening. But they also have an email address I can message. Except they didn't answer me even 2 months later. Okay, I can't ask them any questions. I can't get in contact with them. What I can do is spreading awareness of the BS this page is doing. We all hate pages like this, don't we? We all hate the annoying gold sellers in WoW Classic. They used my guide and many other people's videos to promote themselves without our knowledge. We are even talking about big names here like Mr. GM. This is a problem, and I feel like it's my responsibility as a victim of that to do something about it. But what can I do? I am just a small man doing stuff on YouTube to earn like, what, 30 extra bucks per month? And they have, as they say, millions of customers. I mean, who knows if it's true, but still. Alone I can't do anything against it. But together we can. I showed you some examples of copied guides. You can find more of those by yourself. Perhaps you have a small YouTube channel of your own where you want to talk about it, or perhaps just show some of these so-called guides to someone else. Maybe you know someone who has become a victim of MTMMO. If so, show him or her this video, so perhaps we can team up. I usually don't do that, but I would really appreciate it if you would either share this video or spread awareness of this page in any other way. Talk to people about it, tell your guild, tell your Discord, tweet about it, post it on Reddit or in your Facebook groups, tell your grandma about it, whatever, spread the word. And if someone working at MTMMO sees this, I wanted to message you first, but you didn't want to talk to me. To my regular followers here, I will not make a big deal out of this for the rest of my life. The usual stuff will keep coming and I won't lose any word about this again. I made it my job, my responsibility to let people know about this. Once bigger names get aware of it, I am sure something will change. But for me, this is it. I hope some of you will share this video. If you want to help me spreading it, also leave a like, helping the YouTube algorithm to spread it further. And let me know in the comments what you think about this whole topic. Special thanks to Buttersammel for telling me about this whole thing in the first place. Also a big thank you to my friends who gave me some ideas for this, like checking Trustpilot, etc. And of course, the biggest thank you to you for watching this until the very end. I hope to see you next time. Until then, see ya!